Hey guys, so today we're going to go over two different ways that we can go about a warm-up. We can think of this in terms of sequencing the warm-up. What I mean by sequencing is, which one do we do first? There's two general schools of thought. One is we can improve the general blood flow, we can improve the specificity of the task at hand for the sport or an activity, such as dancing, that we're about to do. Or the second hand is we can aim to get more specific, which is I like. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit inhibiting muscles, and then going into the specific aspect of improving the blood flow, improving the specific demands. So we can go about both in different directions. However, in the more specific and more intricate manner, we can use any tool. In this case, we're going to use a baseball, but you can use many tools. There's a lot of different methods for inhibiting specific muscle groups. What we're going to do in this case, go over some shoulder function, and we're going to look at how we can inhibit different muscles to help our shoulders feel better before we start dancing. Now, what we can do is we can go to the wall here. We're going to pin this ball. We're going to have our body against this wall as well. So I'm going to have this on the outside here. This is my armpit. It's going to go right behind it. So I'm going to find some tight body parts, some tight muscles. So I'm leaning pretty hard into this wall this direction, and I'm going to roll around a little bit. So I found a tight spot. I'm going to stay there. So this is the part where it gets a little bit uncomfortable, but you're going to push through it a little bit, going up, and I'm going to move my arm. So I'm moving my arm, but my body's staying still. Now when I want to move again, I can roll around, roll my shoulder, and then move again. Move in a different way, all right? So this is going to help inhibit any tight musculature that we may feel, especially in the lats. Another part that gets really tight during dancing is upper trap. We have a lot of times, a lot of pressure around our neck, our head, and the traps take a lot of the pressure. They take a lot of a beating. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to reverse that. So we're going to put some pressure. We have two sides. We're going to get one side. So I'm going to get the back side of this upper trap. And then I'm going to stick on a spot. I'm going to move up and down, making sure I exhale. So this is going to help me when I need to do some handstands or other movements that involve my arm basically in this position, such as 90s or any transitions. So if we have to take a fall, we can also do this as well. So the end here is we inhibited some really tight muscles, even if it's on a transient level. So now I'm feeling a little bit loose. The next part is let's add in some more specific drills in order for our shoulder to function better. So now part of the shoulder is the scapula. Now the scapula is also known as the shoulder blade. The shoulder blade, what we're looking to do is when we get this upward rotation, we want to have three different muscles help us out. We want the serratus anterior, lower trap, upper trap. So we want them to function all together. Now, while this is not an anatomy class, we want to make sure that we don't just shrug up and then lift like this as we do some different movements. So what we're going to go for is if we're here, I'm going to raise up, and I'm going to make sure that my stomach doesn't fly out like this. I'm going to stay down, making sure that I feel a lot of my back musculature as well. I'm not going into the wall like this. I'm pushing away from the wall in this first position. Getting a good exhale, feeling a lot right here in the back side of my shoulder blade. All right, so give those two things a shot before you start dancing. Guarantee you'll feel a little bit better.